Hello guys, this is Ben from 4C Trading and I'm delighted to see you today for a new video after, it must be said, several months of absence. Indeed, in recent months, it is mainly the traders of 4C Trading who have brought you market advice, their analysis, all that, and it is also with pleasure that we see the channel growing every day a little bit more, so thank you all. For my part, it's not because I wasn't making a video that I was less active, because I'm currently working on a project named Upbots, and it's going to be huge and it is very likely that you will hear about it soon. And for this project, I've had the opportunity to meet a lot of experts and leaders in areas that make the buzz currently, like for example something that many people still consider complex, it's DeFi. You have probably heard this word already, DeFi for Decentralized Finance, and maybe you figured it wasn't for you, too complex maybe, or maybe you were good with the crypto on Binance, so why move? Well, I can tell you that DeFi is a huge thing currently used by only a minority, but it's being built at the speed of light and for many is the new hype that ICO represents a while ago. So what it is, how can you enjoy it and what can you do about it at your level? We'll try to answer this question to help you invest quickly in one of those tools. Let's go for the intro. So what is DeFi? Well, DeFi is a reduction of decentralized finance. It is the opposite of centralized finance, of course. That was easy. So these words may seem complex, but it is in end it's quite simple. Centralized finance is simply your bank. It manages your capital by holding it, for example. You have heard of Coinbase or Kraken? Well, it's just a centralized in reality. In the world of crypto, a symbol of decentralization, where the user is supposed to keep the power and keep his funds, the known exchange or however centralized. Okay, Binance created his DEX, but it's still very marginal. Decentralized finance is the reverse. The idea is that the user always remains the master of his funds. A decentralized exchange, for example, will never hold your cryptos. It will stay with you and you will connect your wallet like a Ledger, MetaMask or Coinbase wallet directly to the interface when you want to make an operation. When it's finished, you log out and it's over. Who say no fund held, say no real order book and then another liquidity management system to ensure that there are always buyers and sellers. So here I will not go into details, but capital pools have been created to solve those issues and are used by the big names in sector. You can, for example, go to the Kyber site if you want more information on this. Now, since it is more technical and the purpose of this video is above all to tell you how to take advantage of DeFi, we'll not dig into the specific elements. So I talk about exchanges. For decentralized exchanges, we can, for example, talk about synthetics, which is a quite exceptional and innovative, and more simply dex.ag, a swap service which will allow you to convert your crypto in a very simple way by taking the best rate available on all swap service. And by the way, I will say hello to their team. It's like Binance or Coinbase, but you just never let your capital on their website. That's the difference. So in summary, the first thing to know is that DeFi is the finance you keep control of and where you can change your crypto while always keeping control of your wallet. But DeFi is not just that. After the control, let's talk about the lending borrow system. Once again, the number of projects is growing rapidly with different mechanisms for each one, so we'll take the general idea here of the lending borrow system. Basically, what it is a system that allows you to borrow on the market by setting up collateral without having to prove anything, or by lending in exchange for an interest rate without risk and by keeping control over your capital. I talk about collateral, loans. Okay, let's take a closer look. Imagine that you want to hold ETH because you are sure that within a few months it will be around $1,000 again. But at the same time, well, you need money for your daily expenses. Well, all of that ETH that you hold, instead of converting it, you block it and take a loan for like 50% of all of what you have deposited, but in USDT this time, for example. The idea of collateral is that you make a deposit, and to guarantee that you will be able to repay the loan, and since the price of ETH of course is variable, the amount you can borrow will depend on what you deposited. A simple example. I have 10 ETH for a total value of $25,000. I deposit it on Compound, decentralized lending borrow site, and borrow for 15,000 USDT at a rate of 5% annually for my daily expenses. The day I want to stop the loan, I repay and get my ETH in deposit back. I mentioned Compound, but there is also Balancer and other services especially for that. In fact, I advise you to frequently visit DeFi Pools, which is in the description of this video actually, to see the different services offering this and the rate they charge. Be careful, of course, the rates are variable. It depends on supply and demand. Now you are going to tell me I don't want to borrow. What I want is to be able to make profit with this system. Welcome to this constantly improving world where there are many possibilities to generate profit. And if there are many ways to enjoy it, there are three that we will explain here. The first is simply to invest in the cryptos linked to those projects. It's simple and easy. To put it in perspective, in December, the capital put on DeFi was about 500 million. Since April, we have gone to 3 billion. It's colossal. And this is reflected in the market cap of this DeFi project. And for that, well, nothing could be simpler because an exchange has preempted you the word FTX. The exchange, that is my favorite now, has developed an index on DeFi projects including KNC, Kava, Comp, LRC, etc. So no need to invest in many projects, they manage that for you with one simple token, DeFi Perpetual. So just go and check the incredible curve on FTX directly, you will see how interesting DeFi is. If you are not yet on FTX, you will find a referral link below with a bonus giveaway on FTX if you sign up with it. Of course, this is subject to evolution of the project and more risky, but it is also a good diversification in your wallet. But let's now move on the second techniques. The second way to make profit is by lending your capital, for example on Compound. The idea is a bit similar to the staking, in fact, except that you are not going to mine, but lend capital to other users with often more interesting returns actually. For that, it's simple. Put your capital on MetaMask or on a ledger, go to Compound, connect your wallet and click on the lend button. Yep, it's that simple. For the return, well, it is vary from day to day and from crypto to crypto. I've seen, for example, BATs with a 25% return, like other crypto that offer a rate close to zero. But overall, going from project to project, you could be between 5 and 15% annually. And even multiply this by using systems like InstantApp, which you can also find in the link of in the description of this video. Now, the third technique is this time to lend liquidity to swap service, exchanges, etc. As I told you, to do a swap, a decentralized token exchange, you need liquidity with pools. Well, the project providing this service, like Kyber, offer return for those offering their liquidity. It is simpler than it seems, and the return, when there are incentives, can go up to 300% in annual return. For this, you can find the different pools and their return on pools.fyi. You will find the link in the description of this video. So to summarize, DeFi is decentralized finance. It allows you to access the finance industry without banks by borrowing or lending, but also to exchange tokens while keeping control over your wallet. It can be complex, but in a very short time, you will be used to it and be ready to benefit from this new world. And to make a profit, either by lending or by buying the tokens linked to a service, keeping in mind that this is not as sure as a guaranteed return, and finally by bringing liquidity to a pool. Voila! I hope this video has been useful. You will obviously find all the links below this video, and if you have any advice for the community, do not hesitate to put them in the comments. For every like, I will be more than happy, so don't forget it, and see you soon for the next video. Bye bye!